Hey, what is up, guys? It's Gilty here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy 14. Hope y'all are doing well on this, what's today, Wednesday? Wonderful Wednesday afternoon. I know I am. I love how the first thing that I see when I log into Final Fantasy is someone saying, all right, now I have to find a husband. And they're just announcing who wants to get married. And I'm just like, I'm half tempted to just say sure, just to see where the adventure goes. But, you know, I think we have some other things that we need to take care of before we consider that. With that being said, I will let you guys know if I ever seem a little bit out of breath or in an eensy-binsy bit of discomfort. I went to the hospital, not the hospital, but urgent care today. For all my sneezing fits yesterday, apparently I strained a muscle on like my right breast over my ribs. Either that or inflamed the lining between the lungs and the chest cavity from all my sneezing. So that was a thing today. I went to urgent care for. I was like, I woke up this morning and I was like, huh, why do I feel pressure around my ribs whenever I go to breathe? That's not good. That's not a good sign. And so thankfully nothing serious, but it was enough to where it warranted some investigation. So let's do some stuff and things. I think we are going to focus in on our job quest first, and focus in, obviously, our main job, so talking about, like, Warrior, Dark Knight, Paladin, etc. We have soft-capped ourselves for all intent and purpose with the completion of, or now that we're at the Lord of the Revel. So let's do a bit of that. Oh, thank the gods, an adult. Riley has been spending a lot of time with Mist, keeping him company and getting to know him and so forth. Not that there's much to know. He won't talk about his home or his past. Doesn't seem to have any interest or skills beyond conjuring elaborate illusions derived from memories. I have no idea how he does it either. And more importantly, I'm not even sure how we could take back the Aether he stole. We may have no choice but to agree to his terms, unless you are content to carry half a soul crystal. I can hear you whispering, you know. Mist means well, and Rose and I are willing to help him. Why aren't you? I'd say I wasn't willing. I'm still here, aren't I? Right then. We found no one suitable for the boy's needs here. Rather than return to Ishgard, I say we try somewhere new. Let's head to Tailfeather. We're gonna continue the Dark Knight job quest. Right now we're doing the level, I want to say this is the 63 job quest. And we can probably get the 65 tonight if we do some dailies. We'll probably do that as well, especially as we are approaching the 64 to 65 group or level for that MSQ. It won't be a bad idea. Life here is not easy, but it is fulfilling all the same. That said, the hunters had no personal tales of profound tragedy to share. They did, however, tell me of an outsider recently brought here from the Falcon's Nest, a prisoner actually, a woman named Laudy. She's atoned for crimes through hard labor, but the proctor has been zealous. He berates her constantly, and every day she bears fresh bruises. Ah, Guardian Justice, I know it well. Yo, what's up, Fallen Ryan? How you doing today, friend? Hopefully doing well. If this woman's performing various chores for the hunters, then it should not be hard to find her. Come, let's look around. I wonder if this is the woman who interrupted the ceremony during Heaven's. Yeah, I guess it was Heaven's Ward. Hope you're also having a fantastic day. I am, for the most part, other than a bit of some tender muscles from having a sneezing fit and going to the doctor. Today's been going well. What have you been up to, if anything much? All right. Hi, Butter. Right now, Butter just sitting in my lap, very content and getting some occasional head pats and scritches. This is the place, isn't it? Sorry to hear up your cover quickly. Thank you. I'm hoping so as well. Thankfully, it could be worse. Insolent child, you are not to speak unless spoken to. Is that clear? I think we found him. Oh, it is her. Yeah, this is the one who interrupted the ceremony. Yes, my lord. Pray forgive me my impudence. Yeah, I recognize her. She's the one who drugged me. Do not play before a fool. Your sins are beyond forgiveness. Sir Amric and his noble brethren may think you worthy of mercy, but I've seen your kind before. A swift death is more than you deserve. A swift death is more than that bastard deserves. I can't imagine what she did to deserve that kind of treatment. Well, you know. You know her, Rose? Yup. Seven Hell, she's the one that led the protest at Falcon's Nest, the one you nearly put an end to, you nearly put an end to the peace conference, and she poisoned you. Well, that explains a lot, though if you of all people can find it in your heart to forgive her, or at least forsake bloody revenge, then it's hard to look at this and call it justice. Her crimes were born of desperation and despair for the husband she lost, perhaps if the two of them were to meet again. Don't be foolish. She knows he's dead. You'll only cause her pain. Pain is all that I have left, that is left to her, don't you see? How they cry in the dark, how they mourn their dead, how it festers and spreads and corrupts them thoroughly. We have seen it, we have made it. Fine, fine, do what you will, conjure her husband. But do not come crying to me when she curses you for your kindness. I'll not give the hunters cause to turn their bows on us either. Riley, take Mist into the woods and hide. Rose and I will free the girl. Interesting. Rather, I will free the girl. She would know you at once and might misunderstand your intentions. We cannot risk the commotion. As for your part, no one is truly outside Helone's grace, don't you think? Confront the proctor, make him see the error of his ways. If he is a good man, then he may yet repent of his wicked ways. If he refuses, then that is his choice to make, and he will have to accept the consequences of his actions. Doubly so if he bears steel, yes? The Dark Knight storyline is really interesting, actually. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Bah, the very sight of you fills me with murderous rage. See to your duties. I must need clean myself of these impure thoughts through communion with nature. Perhaps a spot of fishing is in order. It's been a while since we've heard the, like, Ishgard music. Now's our chance. Or the Heaven's Word songs. Hi, Butter. Want down? You want down. Alright, so where do we find him then? Looks like he went fishing upstream. Let's go tell him hi. I mean, Sigurd is quite right in the sense that if I can forgive her after her poisoning me and jeopardizing all that I worked for, then so can he. Orthodox Proctor. Who are you? Why do you disturb me? You're from Ishgard. I feel like you should very much know who I am. Savior of Ishgard, Slayer of Dragons, Killer of Nidhogg, and Slayer of Gods. Is that enough of an introduction? A concerned venturer objects to my treatment of a criminal. Ha! If only you knew her sins, she would have been thrown into witch drop. Alas, the Lord Speaker in his boundless wisdom and mercy demanded that we spare the woman's life, but rest assured I will see that her ever-waking moment is filled with misery and scorn. You presume to judge me, a man of the church? I will not be cowed by your threats. The fairy guide and protect me, the fairy guide and protect me. Well, that's a mistake, friend. Like I said, that was a mistake. Do I not have access to Blood Spiller? Oh, there we go. What was I? Was I just not completing my freaking rotation? I maybe wasn't completing my rotation correctly. That'd been a whoopsie if so. I'm sure Lord Amric will forgive me for dealing wanton justice upon that proctor. Also, I'm here. I might as well do this. I should actually do the sightseeing locations at some point. So let's see. What are we looking at? I imagine What they want me to look at is... Actually, I don't really know. Maybe it's like that? The hissing cobbles, the remaining fragment of a forgotten highway. The cobbles have been molded into an inaccessible march of time. Its neatly arranged grid of stones fading into the earth and dust. The hunters of Tailfeather bitterly call it such as many a tracked quarry have escaped, startled by the hissing sound of boots grating on loose gravel. Okay, so it looks like this was more or less what they wanted me to see. Interesting. Look, we have brought them together. We have made her whole. How she smiles, how her eyes sparkle, how beautiful this happiness. Every night I dream of your face. I could have tried to stop you from going back to the front. Could have begged and screamed and cursed, but I didn't because I knew I knew you'd listen. And even if you'd forgive me for it one day, I never would. The arrow may have missed my heart, but I've been dead for a long time. All of this is just waiting. That's what I'd tell you, Stace, if I could. And then you'd say, you can't stay stuck in that moment, Loudy. You've got to go on. You've got to forgive yourself. You've got to let me go. But I won't. I won't. If I do, who will be left to remember the man you were? The soldier, the husband. I'm the only one who knows, and it's my duty to hold on to that as long as I can. That's what I'd tell him if he were here, but he's not. He'll never come home to me, so please, put an end to this, whatever this witchcraft is. Rose Hunt, was this all you're doing? No, it was mine. Forgive me. I thought that. I wanted only to... I was wrong. I see that now. You have every right to be upset. It's all right, boy. It is. I appreciate your kindness, even if it was misguided. You too, Rose. I blamed you for a lot of things. Hated you so much because, I don't know. Because you came back and Stace didn't, maybe. Because you weren't him. They'd say the war's over now, but it never ends for people like you, does it? There's always something worth fighting for. Everything ends. I mean, eventually that's the hope. I know what you are. I heard the stories as a child. Of ones with neither shield nor sigil, champions of the weak and the helpless, undeterred by the law of man or God. I couldn't stop you any more than I could have stopped Stace from walking out the door that day. So, fight, damn you. Fight if that's what you want. Just don't squander the time in between. That's never enough. There's never enough. Right, I suppose I owe it to him to try and make the most of what I've got left too. So I will. Take care, and thank you. She's gone. Reclaim your Aether Rose. The depths of the abyss of flame lingers. Oh, that's right. I need to use Soul Eater, right? As Aether flows into your soul crystal once more, from the depths of the fading abyss you hear a whisper. Forgive me, forgive me. In the end, I could not make her whole. So much pain, so much loss, how it fills my heart and overflows. Maybe it is indeed beyond us. Maybe it is not in our nature. You've still got 3 more chances, don't you? There's no need to be so bloody melodramatic. At least not out here. We should go back to Tailfeather. Interesting. Your words did more for her than my illusion. She is still a good person, and so are you. I pray you both remember. Alright, while I teleport back, I'm gonna open up my window real quick. It's a bit warm in the stream room, regardless of the fact that it's like 7 degrees outside. It need only be open just a smidge to cool me off. Sid. Yeah, Sid. I want to say Sig, but no, it's Sid. On to the next, I would say, but Miss looks to be in no state to continue, which means we'll be staying here for a time, taking in the fresh crunchy air, me and my little ones. Yo, what's up, Demon? How you doing today, friend? What have you been up to, if anything much? For what it's worth, I think that woman is better for what we did, or at least as good as anyone can be after what she's been through. Alright, so we don't have access to the 65 Dark Knight questline, but what we haven't done yet today is some dailies. So let's do a couple things here. Key items. Hey Demon, maybe you can give me some suggestions and advice here on how I should use my second chances, especially with this. Whether if I'm doing things like, I don't know, the Alliance raids, that I should probably undo this one, or if I should start with like the level 50, 60, 70 dungeons, which will probably give me this. Good to spend some time watching the race to world first, which is insane. Okay, so for the new content, right? Yeah, I love doing that stuff. I want to say that in Destiny proper, Destiny 1, my clan and I, we were like maybe 5th in the world for a raid clear, which was insane. I remember staying up like the entire night. And honestly, you know, the main focus on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, but still, it felt like a huge accomplishment for us to even get as close as we did to finishing the raid in such a short amount of time in Destiny. So I can imagine it's insane watching that. The days of Destiny 1. So I guess what I should do is, since I have 60, 51 through 59, I should probably do a 50, 60, 70 dungeon. Because I shouldn't, I guess, but it could also be a 50, right? So maybe I should second chance that one? The 50? Okay, that actually works out. It looks like these are the extremes, which we're not probably going to end up doing today. So yeah, that way if we're doing 50, 60, 70, we should end up hitting at least one of these. The 1 through 49 is probably better to re-roll if I'm doing the daily leveling, or would it be recommended at this point not to do it at all since the large breadth of content that I have available to me, I wonder. In the meanwhile, while we're waiting, though it shouldn't be long, mind you, I guess we can go and start the Gunbreaker questline, which we'll go to Ul'dah for. So have they officially completed the content yet, or has that yet to happen as of right now? I'm curious. I haven't really kept up with it all too much. Maybe because I'm still, you know, back in Stormblood, I haven't really focused in on, like, the endgame content, not to spoil it for myself. We're at day 2. Okay, so day 2 and still not completed yet. That is actually really insane. Is it just like the mechanics or what? The walls that surround the city remind me of my homeland. We built it as a fortress to keep out invaders. Not that it made much difference in the end. Oh, not this again. Perhaps you could lighten the mood by sharing our recent bit of good news. Ah, yes. It looks like we found our next client. Nothing's been decided, but a lady named Oriole is waiting for us near the Gate of Thal. We'll meet you there. Thank you much. Smells good. I'll switch over to Dark Knight. I can do this, and I can grab some bites of food. Frank just brought me a vegetable with some caramelized onions, some charred peppers. It's really good. I'm insane at party. All right, let's put on grip. Let's do it. I'll read that in a moment. Apologies for not doing so sooner. Let's keep it going. And I'm gonna have to do this Flood of Darkness behind me should do it. Alright, there's an AoE. Need to be mindful that they're not able to keep up. Alright, that should hit everyone. And we're at the wall now. So let's wait one moment. Get reprisal. Make sure we get everyone there. Alright, we're gonna pop Arms Length as well. Unfortunately, may have been just a wee bit too much for our healer. Alright, let's run back. We got everything on our tail, for better or for worse. So maybe just a little bit too much, because I had Reprisal up. Hi, friends. I brought friends. Thank you for the heals. Alright, we'll put up Rampart here. And I think we're good now. So, could have been a lot worse. The res helped me at least collect myself. I'll have to be mindful. Dark Knight, of course, being a little bit squishy at these levels. Don't stream and don't report on FF log. Damage tracking site, technically a bit against the rules. As long as you're not using it to harass the devs, look the other way. Yeah, I've heard a lot about FF log and how that's utilized in that fashion. And it does seem that the devs are very much like, you know, as long as you don't do X, Y, and Z to harass others, we're fine with it. Come on, wakey wakey. I don't really think I need to pop any mitigation here. Realistically speaking, it's 3 enemies. If it was a large pool, that'd be another story. Interesting. The zombie sailor got healed. I've never really took note of that before, but I wonder if that is something to do with someone else. Alright, you ready? Alright, let's hit this. Try and make good on a rotation. We'll do Rampart. Right, I don't have my freaking lunge. Probably keep around 3,000, but I think we're in a good spot, all things considered. That's massive AoE. Thank you. Yeah, I guess I was a little bit too far out. They went to that side, I went to this side. Not my intention, but it worked out in that. The hounds aren't doing that much damage, so I can kind of sit here and just spam my AoEs for a bit, and then go back into my rotation. So I probably should pull up chat. I believe this is where the rocks fall, if I'm not mistaken. That sprite, let's grab you. These 3. And I think we've hit the wall. Pop Arms Length. Make sure we're not underneath any areas of falling stones. Just noticed that these guys came around, so I'm glad I grabbed them. Also ran past them. If I remember correctly, that was something that I did struggle with for a while in this area. I think that is up if I really feel panicked. Right now, we seem to have gotten back under control. where to go from here. Oh, that's just for the treasure coffer. I hate that. I always get turned around in this place. Treasure coffer, we'll grab that. I don't think I have much in the way of gear from here. I think that's a bot that just came in. Oh, there's enemies behind us. I hate that. Alright, let's sprint. Yeah, like I said, this area is always the area where I get a little bit turned around as far as those enemies are concerned. There's one really far back. Let's wait for them to wake up to hit reprisal. They're up now, so we can hit reprisal. Thank you, Frankie. And it Flood of Darkness as long as we keep 3,000 on us for later. Be smart. Alright, other than that one pull, we've been doing good so far. I remember this next area being a little bit rough as well. Grab that Screamer. Well, that's the wall. I remember this fight. I can't off the top of my head. Alright, everyone seems ready. Last one, we can pop that because above 30 seconds worth of time. There's the zoo eggs, and I believe the biggest thing was we shouldn't break them. We do break them. I'm fairly certain that we're not supposed to break them, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, that's just the one part limit break. And we don't break eggs. Yeah, like I was like, I'm pretty sure we don't break eggs. No. As in don't break, or like I'm almost 100% certain you're not supposed to break eggs. Once hatched, they're safe to kill. Yeah, exactly. Try to drop my keyboard. Yeah, don't break them. Okay, I was right. Because people, okay, so people are definitely breaking the eggs. I'm sitting here going, don't break eggs. And then all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure people broke eggs because I started dropping like a freaking rock. I'm glad I'm not crazy, because I felt like I was doing just fine, and that, you know, the DPSs are usually the ones supposed to take care of the hatchlings, because they are pretty feeble, all things considered. But I don't think that happened. Unless you want a challenge? I think that was a bit more of a challenge than our healer could handle, especially me too, as I was freaking dying. I couldn't do anything. I was actually thinking about popping, oh, someone on the left. I was thinking about popping Living Dead, to be honest. Alright. Well, I guess while I wait for everyone else, I can grab some food. Yeah. Because I was not using any AoEs. I was focused on the boss. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. All I know is I die. Alright, let's do it. Good. Oh, I didn't pop Rampart like I thought I did. They dying to the ads. I was pretty certain that if the both DPSs focus on the ads together, that's not an issue. Like, am I crazy for thinking that if both DPSs focus on one ad at a time, that they should just melt the hatchlands? Because I felt like that wasn't happening. It worked out in the end, but I noticed that someone was. Close the valve. Lest we die. Oh, you gotta be joking. Pop arm's length here. Eye is hurting. Living Dead just in case. How did you get here? There. Now we're good. Let's pop this. Hero Blast. We have our mitigation up. Zombie sailors are here as well. upload their clear footage with the mods clearly audible, visible, and showing having basically what amounts of something that calls out to the players, putting their attention between playing and calling out. Oh, please face the boss away from us. Yes, that I can do. Like, some bosses you don't need to. This one I recognize that I do. I'm currently unable to do anything at this moment in time. Report that people are afraid of using even cosmetic mods. Interesting. Rampart. Wait a little bit to pop Edge of Darkness. Do I not get all of them off? Okay, I actually do. We're good. And GG's. Could have gone a bit better, but to be fair, I've only done this maybe 2 times. Give accommodation to the healer, as I always do. I don't think there's any gear that I needed or wanted now, so I can head out. Alright. Since we did that, I'm gonna have a few bites of food. Lest it get cold, especially as I have the window open. Yeah, I've had a lot of people I talked to like, oh, you should use this mod. I'm like, I'm just going to not, like, out of safety's sake, especially as I do stream. It seems only smart on my end not to risk that. Come on. I want my onions. There we go. Alright, so let's take a look at our Wondrous Tales real quick. So we did do the 50. It's all down now, though I can imagine it may fire back up again if someone screws up after TOP. What's TOP, the acronym? Apologies if that's a dumb question. So I guess I could Covet of Scion, World of Darkness. I only really have access to World of Darkness, so it's unlikely that I hit that if I go into an Alliance raid. So the best thing to do here would probably be to do leveling, right? I do Duty Finder, we'd probably want to do leveling or Trials. I guess we could also just do Trials and get that out of the way. It's not like we're going to end up hitting an extreme. So let's do that real quick then. I need to fix up my durability. Name a new ultimate, can't really say due to the fact that it's been content you haven't seen it. Gotcha, no worries. That makes a bit of sense. Where do you want to go real quick? Alchemist Guild, no. Sapphire, yes. So I can top off my gear. I need the Independent Mender. Let's do this real quick. And commence. I just realized I could potentially get Lord on the one we are doing now, but I guess I'll pop Grit. I mean, it's Titan. I'm not really too worried. Landslide. Oh, god damn this Paladin. Alright, fine, I'll release Grit. I always find it so annoying when you're already taking aggro of the boss. Oh my god. Give me a shirk to him. There, if you really want him, he's all yours. Like, when you already have the boss's aggro, right? And everything's good, you have your mitigation up, you're doing your job. And then another tank just comes and goes, nah. I'm like, but why? Like, why would you do that and screw us both over? Now they're splitting damage, our mitigation is less, the healer has to do more work. Like, why would you do that? You see that Grit is up, unless you're blind, which is a very real possibility, of course. Boulders. Oh, is this hard? Our healer is down. Also, did I not pop my weapon? I thought I did. Are you gonna res the other healer, or what, friend? Oh, Titan is... No, that's Titan's heart. What is that? Critical. Misclick on that again. I need to get better at not misclicking. Our Astrologian's been on the ground for a long while. Like, are we going to res our Astrologian, or have we just decided that we're doing this one man? Like, what is happening here? Where's the go? The jail. We have 2 DPSs dead. I mean, are we not rezzing here today, folks? What happened? The Paladin's fine as of right now. Paladin's not fine, actually. They are hurting quite a bit. But they're good now, I suppose. Bomb Boulder's up, so middle first. This side last. So we'll just get by landslide. I would have died inside of that. What in the world is going on? I guess I will take you myself now. What is happening here? What? I don't understand. They're in the Gao, so I need to save them. I need to do it after landslide. I feel like multiple people broke the jail during landslide and killing people. I think I die here. Living end. So, there's no way that I heal myself to full, right? I actually did heal myself to full. Not get by that. So we're good here. Stay away from the middle as that blows up last. Pop Rampart. Might die here though. Living Dead is still down. no mitigation to really speak of outside reprisal. It actually does affect them. I don't think it matters though. Yeah, I think we just die here. Yep. What happened? I am so baffled by what happened at this point. Like, our second healer never rezzed the astrologian who died. They never rezzed any of the DPSs. People were killing the jail when landfall was being charged. What? I'm gonna take off Grit, let the Paladin do their thing. I am so baffled by what just happened. I think the Paladin has aggro. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Landslide incoming. That's the worst time in the world for a freaking blood weapon to be up. That sucks so much. I lost so much blood weapons. I hate that. Alright, we want to hold on to 3,000 for when blood weapons back up again. Should have enough by the time blood weapons up. Void landslide. 16 seconds till blood weapon. We're gonna land. We're good where we are. Okay, everyone seems to actually be alive for a change. Alright, here come the boulders. They started over here, so you want to start here. So let's move here. Follow the boulders. Come with me, friends. Let's not die, shall we? I, of course, pop blood weapon right then and there. For God's sake! Let's see what we can get off a blood weapon here. Not much. That really sucks. Okay, where's the jail? There's the jail. Let's find the kill. Up, so we're fine there. Blood weapon is about to be up. Darkness, blood weapon. I did that incorrectly, so middle first. Okay, 1 DPS down. Are they gonna get rezzed? Because that'd be fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, so we need to take over for... Okay, actually we don't. Get rid off. I thought the Paladin was dead, to be honest. There we go. Alright, this is going a lot better than the first. Alright, limit breaking on the what? I don't think that's enough to kill though. No, it's not. Let's go away to bring back the dead. It's a superiority. What? So I'm gonna give the Astrologian the commendation because I'm pretty sure the other one did nothing. Astrologian arms will pass that. We'll grab this. Okay, that was interesting. I'll put it that way. That was an interesting trial. I was like, please just select the coffer if you're gonna want it. I hate people who just wait out everyone, just not select it at all. Okay, that was a thing. So that shouldn't have affected anything in our Wondrous Tales now. I didn't think so. So now we can do leveling. So runs with randoms that are always the most chaotic. That was hellish. Between the Paladin deciding that they wanted to main tank after I already had aggro, to the other healer not rezzing the Astrologian, and didn't res the DPSs, and then dying to the bombs. And I'm pretty sure breaking people out of the jail during Landslide, while Landslide was targeting the person in the jail. That first run was chaos. It baffles the mind. So Duty Finder. So we did our trials. I guess we can do lovely now. And this is pretty much any, right? It doesn't have a range as far as the level. It has its requirements. So yeah, I guess it can be anything really. So I guess at this point we want to probably re-roll the first two. Okay, that actually works out. So let's do that, and then let's run the leveling. Like, I'm finding people making mistakes, but they're like, there's a difference between like, oh, I made a mistake, you know, I could have positioned better, yada, 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 and just like, not doing your job. That's where I'm like, okay, now I'm a bit annoyed at you. Like, you have a res button for a reason. Use it. Alright. Got some food into me, feeling good. I guess it's kind of cooled off a little bit in here, so I'm going to close the window real quick. Won't take me long to take care of that, though. Alright. And I guess once again, while we're waiting, we can... Never mind, we're good to go. So ideally we want to get Dark Knight to 65 if possible to continue their quest line. Come on, DPS. Your queues take 30 minutes. You know you want to hit commands. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so this is Cutter. Been a while since I've been here. Looks like there's one person viewing a cutscene. They're not the Sprout though. All right, let's do it. Are these the only ones that have spawned so far? No, there's another Sandbat over here. Okay. No, we'll just chill it here then. That's gonna spawn until they're dead. I don't really think I need to use any mitigation right now for 2 enemies. Since my healer does like to leave me a little bit low, which is fine. I just want to be mindful of that fact. Alright, so we have a few things that have spawned. Let's see how much damage they do before I pop Mitt. good. Yeah, for these ad pulls, I'm feeling pretty comfortable without major mitigation. Everyone else. Sprouts here, everyone's here. Perfect. I'm going to bring them to a wall. Damage-wise, we're looking good. No need to pop meds. Might warrant mitigation. We'll see in a second. Then we start popping too quick. But right now, we're pretty comfortable. Hero doesn't have to do too much. We just spam our AoEs. Yep, we're good. I see 1, 2, and 3. Good to go. Alright, so this is going to be a large report. Pause, those, continue, and move. That hit a bit heavier. And we are at the wall. Let's pop Reprisal here, though. Let's reduce some damage income. Wait, who died and how? I'm very confused. Everything was on me, right? Oh, they were staying in the sand trap. It's like, how did they die? Like, everything is without a doubt on me. Oh, the sand trap got him. All right. Here. I want to make sure we have 3,000 on hand when the blood weapon comes off cooldown. Marshall's out. Well, now we're going to focus on Marshall. Pop some mitigation. Thousands, we're good there. This blood weapon, and we should be good for the. Good. I will grab that and pass on that. Alright, everyone's here. Let's go towards the right. That is my preferred direction here. Grab the sand shell. And grab the Sabotender as well. We have our toll mitigation up, so we'll use that in a second. I want to say there is another enemy that will pop up here, but we'll just pop up Reprisal. Yeah, there's the Sabotender Destroyer. Probably hasn't caught the eye of anyone just yet, so we're good. Alright, and we're good to head on out. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Alright, let's continue. Pause for a moment, make sure we hit everyone twice, so he keeps aggro on us. And continue. Alright, once again. 1, 2. We are hurting, so I need to move forward. Pop arm's length, pop reprisal. That did not matter. We'll wait for the res. They did not have swift cast up. Alright, we're gonna need to run. Grab everything here. I want to say we did. Everything should be on us. No, there's still more. We're gonna have to rotate around. We're gonna take a little damage when we do. I didn't realize that one came out of nowhere. Okay, we got the sand shell off you. Let's continue kiting them for now, doing a bit of chip damage until our DPSs are back. Focus on things of less health. And I think we should be good at these 3. Well, that could have gone a lot worse. Thankfully, we recovered there in the end. DPSs are back, so we're in a good spot. Honestly, I'll take that whole situation as a win. Because that could have gone very differently, I think. Alright, giant tunnel worm. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Let's go. Gospel use stacks, well that. Around 3,000, over 30 seconds, so we're good to use another blood weapon. Quicker mitigation is down. Hold off on using Edge of Darkness right now. Really using one break. This is the last one, I don't believe. Alright, let's use Blood Weapon, Soul Eater. Come on, don't dive down. Son of a frickin'. Well, I guess we got everything but 1 stack, so that's not bad. Could have been worse, I suppose. Let's use Rampart. Darkness should be fine here. We got 30 seconds on the clock. Not to mention, the tunnel worm should be dead. Pass and pass. All right. And now V waits. That's one. There are our other two. One's sprinting for some reason. Two. Where's number 3? I kind of need our healer. That's a thing that I kind of do need. The wrong way. Ah, there you are. That's 2. On each. Moving. Which way do I go here? Left or right? Anyways, you grab the ancient golem. That's left. AoE, we gotta be mindful of that. Right now we're in good health, but we're gonna want to pop reprisal. I think we want to pop arms like as well here and wait for everyone to catch up for a second. I think we just need to park our butts here for about a moment. All cares that we have 3,000 for later. Alright, we're good to move. And I believe we go right. Yes, we go to the right. I'm here. Alright, we'll face the wall. Or have them face the wall more accurately. We have enough MP for the boss. And no real reason to pop our mitigation as of right now. So if I remember correctly, it's Ram Run Dragon close. Yeah, Ram Run is the real one that we need to remember. Ram Run. I know I messed that up, but fine. Just want to make sure we get our stacks nonetheless. Got my 5 stacks. Dragon's Voice is close. Very good. Apparently the healer in the back, not so much though. Pop that. Dragon's Voice is close. Can't do much to help you. Can I take that? No, I don't think I can. Dragon's Voice. Oh, maybe I did. Dragon close. I'm good to pop Shadow. 2 more. We have the time for it. Perfect. Chimera Cacophony. Dragon Voice is close. I thought I would have eaten that, but I did not. Paralysis, that's fine. Someone can Tsunami. They did not, in fact, Tsunami. And our healer is dead. Dragon's Voice, Dragon close. Well, looks Looks like we're on our own. Run. Hopefully DPSs are dead. Ram run. We're good. Jeez. Okay, well that definitely could have gone better, but it also could have gone worse, I suppose. I did attempt to remind them. I did say ram run, hoping that people would put 2 and 2 together on that, I suppose, but it did not exactly work out the way I intended. Do you want the orchestration roll? Perfect. All right, well, let's take a look at our journal then. It is almost complete. So we got 1 line. Are we able to get to? And if I shuffle, do those move or no? Also, probably, I guess we could do the main scenario, and that should finish us up for this level. So we've done leveling, we did trials. We haven't done main scenario or alliance. I should probably use my tombstones. So you know what? I am full up on tombstones. Let's go to Dravania. Let's go to Idleshire and get us our level 70 weapons real quick. And then I can queue up for the main story quest line. I believe this door should get us there. Yeah, it is. The one in the middle, I believe, is the one I want. And I want DOW2. And I want specifically weapons. You do not have the weapons. Is it DOW2? Special arms? Weapons, no. Or is it the gear exchange? No, it's not the gear exchange. I could have sworn that you could have traded for weapons, or is it? It's not special arms. We already did that. Is it other? No. Am I crazy? I feel like I'm crazy. Dark Knight. There's Dark Knight armor. Auxiliary parts exchange. Special arms. Why do I feel like I'm crazy? Because I thought I remembered seeing weapons at some point. Metal Gear 1 requires Expanse Totem. That of which I do not have any of, and have no idea how to get, in fact. This requires Heaven's Ward Helm Fragments. Gunblade of Heavens, interesting. Shire Gear Exchange. Okay, maybe this is what I'm looking for. This is 270. Okay, so this is exactly what I want. So let's grab one for Dark Knight. This should be much better than my Ifrits, which is level 60. Or item level 60, so let's do that. Let's grab one for Paladin. And Paladin. Warrior. And Gunbreaker. Oh, I have insufficient, so we used that up pretty quick. Cool. Well, in that case, let's do this. Recommended gear. Well, first I would need them in my armory chest. Perfect. Alright, well, in that case, let's do the main story quest, or main scenario. That should get Dark Knight to 65. Then afterwards, we can work on our Gunbreaker, including doing their job quest, which we can actually go over and do now. I should also equip its weapon. Now I think about it too. 155. Oh, we didn't get the. That's right. We weren't able to get the Gunbreaker one. That's right. Okay. Ethernet. Steps of Thal. We want to go here to the Avenue Exchange. Alright. Nebula reduces 30, 20, 10 plus parry. You're the bodyguards, right? We need your help. It's my husband. After he walked out, I thought I'd seen the last of him, but now, you've got to keep him away from us. I'm not sure we're qualified to settle domestic disputes. Radovan, this sounds serious. Hear her out, would you? Very well, my apologies. Please continue. His name's Gerart. Gerart. His name's Gerart. He won't leave us alone. He keeps jumping out to harass us when we're by ourselves. If we were to go outside the city gates, I'm sure he'd follow us, and when he does, I want you to scare him off. I doubt he'll show himself if he sees you have bodyguards. We'll wait somewhere nearby. When the moment is right, we'll give him a fright he won't forget in a hurry. Yes, that ought to work. Tim and I will leave through this gate, and so you should find a hiding place. It's time that bastard, excuse my language, learned his lesson. I feel like there's more context here than what we know, but I guess we'll figure that out as we go along. Alright, starting to get better with my Dark Knight rotation, same thing with my Gunbreaker rotation. Haven't forgotten about my Warrior rotation, and my Paladin rotation's honestly kind of brain dead right now, so I'm not too worried. Remember, we've got the boy to think about. I'd rather not cut a man down in front of his own son, but I will if I have to. You follow my lead. Okay. Well, there's the man. Looks to be pleading his case of some form. Get away from her! What? Who the bloody hells are you? Friends of Oriel, now walk away while you still can. But I only want what's best for my boy. Your boy? You've got no right to call him that. He belongs to me. This is your final warning. Bother him again, and you won't live to regret it. Yeah, like I said, there seems to be more nuance to this conversation. Aha, that'll teach him, and you were wonderful. Worth every gil. Thank you so much. Yeah. It was our pleasure. What's the boy think? I wonder if he was sold. Although there wasn't much for you to do, your presence lent weight to my words, but most importantly, the client was satisfied with our work. Yes, she seemed rather pleased with herself. Listen, you two, there's no time to explain. We have to follow that woman. Yeah. Well, hell's bells. When Sophie gets one of her hunches, there's no stopping her. And she is definitely right for this one. I wonder if the boy was sold to that woman. And that is what happened. And he wants to, like, ensure the boy, his son, is safe, maybe? Either that or there's more of a vindictive side to the woman than we know. Why would you bring Tim all the way out here? Or maybe she's selling the boy. What are we supposed to do with a runt like this? If we feed him up, he might be worth something one day. She's selling her own child. We've got to stop them. Wait, is that? Enough of this. Stay away from my son. Son, eh? Ha! You should have kept out of this, mate. Too late now. Quickly, we've got to help him. Not now. Rose, it's up to you. Interesting. Maybe old battle wounds of sorts? Hi, friends. Let's go into Keen Edge. Brutal Shell. Solid Barrel. Keen Edge. Brutal Shell. No Mercy. Solid Barrel. Danger Zone Divide. Gnashing Fang. Bow Shock. Rough Divide. Savage Claw. Wicked Talon. First Strike. Come on, you need to die a bit faster here. And we need to switch over to our Dark Knight and commence. Okay, well, the rotation went well. Probably could have gone a little bit earlier on the Bow Shock, realistically speaking, but honestly, it's seconds that I'm scraping. So definitely could have done better there in that regard, I think. But otherwise, I felt that rotation went relatively well. We can't skip any of these, yeah. Any of the cutscenes here, we cannot skip. This will take, what, like 15, 20 minutes, I believe? Was this an 8-man? Yes. It has changed. Make it more accessible. Let's cut scenes as well, I think. Alright, let's put Grid on. And we can't TP before killing mobs anymore. That is correct. It's over here. I think there is a wall that needs to be blown out. Perfect. Let's keep moving. Grab these and move. And I think we're at the wall. We are. This big of a pull, I will pop Reprisal. I think it's smart for me to do so. Reprisal about down, pop Arm's Length. Belsar. Wait until everyone's here. Would rather not start the cutscene until then. Don't want to be one of those people. Gaius! I forgot this wasn't... Ah, Sid, my boy, you were late. Forgot this wasn't spoken. Honestly, we've done this enough times. I'm probably not going to do any more spoken word for this. Also, did you bring in butter?
Well, yeah, just for a bit. He's being a little menace, which usually means maybe one snack.
Ah.
And I can bring him to you and he can do a butter dance if you want.
Sure. Butter, you want to do a butter dance for chat while we're waiting for this cutscene to end? It's like, no! Don't make me dance, don't do it. Butter. Ah! You'll make this cutscene better by doing a dance for Van Belsar. Hey, what's up, Phoenix? How you doing today, bud? Hopefully doing well. Okay, he's done with the butter dance. Van Belsar is going on with their monologue. Just got back from the Amazon rainforest. I'm pretty good. Hey, that's been a hot minute since I've heard the name Amazon rainforest. Is it pretty much the same as it has been since the early 2000s, or have they since changed it at all? He is a fuzzy baby man. He's getting very big though. Also, it's getting warm in this room again. I literally closed the window maybe 30 minutes ago. I guess we'll, during the next cutscene, I'll go open it again. It's still the same, just smaller. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, it makes sense. I imagine they also like condensed their menu down because I remember as like a kid, like there was like a million options, like a 3-page menu, like 20 things per page. It was nuts. I can only imagine from like a kitchen and staffing perspective is a logistical nightmare, especially when cooking for children too, and also adults with alcoholic beverages, because I remember like majority of rainforest cafes had like bars on them as well. Bye, guys. I mean the restaurant, and I meant the actual rainforest. Oh! See, when I heard Amazon rainforest, I was not expecting you to say that you actually went to like the rainforest in South Africa or South America. That's insane. Okay. Well, yes, I imagine the rainforest is a lot smaller, unfortunately, given the nature of events that have led to its deforestation. That is unfortunate. So what brought you to South America and the rainforest then? Flight, I live in Peru. Okay, that makes sense. I must say, like that seems like a bit of a trek, to say the least. Oh, did I seriously misclick that? I can still get off my last blood weapon, so I missed an earlier hit. Good. We'll wait to pop Shadow Wall. Okay, maybe I will pop Shadow Wall now. Alright. Blood weapons about off cooldown. Yeah, I messed that up. Might mean that we don't get our last stack. We did, actually. Cool. We got our level up. Good stuff. Because my grandparents are in town for summer because it's in the summer hemisphere. It's them right now. Oh, I forgot that I need to press the button. I forgot. Took them to Iquitos, which is a town close to the Amazon. Stayed at a hotel floating. Nope. floating on one of the tributaries of the Amazon River. That's pretty awesome. Well, it's really cool that you get to have that type of experience. I imagine that most people obviously wouldn't have that ability to, so that's really cool. I'm happy that you were able to have that moment with your grandparents. One ground target mode. I don't want it. I don't want it. Wanted the other one. I'm just gonna walk through this. Yeah, it doesn't deal me any damage. We're good. Yeah, have a unique lifestyle at the moment. I can imagine. That's definitely something that most people cannot say they can do on a regular basis. Yeah, as far as myself, like, I've never been outside of North America, so that's something that, you know, I'd love to travel in the future, just with the current economy and all that fun stuff. Not exactly an option, unfortunately. In 6 countries, 3 continents, and going to finish high school in Peru in a few months. Well, that's very exciting. Hopefully you are enjoying every second of it. Lived in the US for about 5 years. They have great food. I can imagine. I can imagine that. Perfect. Good Spanish, so it's not too difficult getting around. Yeah, I feel like that's my major problem. I took Latin, no spoken languages. And so on one hand, the nice part about that is the fact that I can at least understand like a lot of root languages. But I can't speak them. I can't like respond fluently, but I can derive the meaning of what you're saying by using Latin to assist me. Next years and lived in Central America for 2 years, so I got that. Yeah, that is definitely very helpful. That ability to, you know, live and breathe the language rather than just practice it when you have the ability. Get that, my brother. Learn Latin. Yeah, it's really useful. I do not regret taking it. That means that I am by no means fluent in any language. Okay. This is a cutscene. I'm not sure if it's long enough for me to get up and go to the window, though. So I can open it real quick. It's starting to get a bit sweltering. Though I think Frankie may have heard me and is opening it. Nope, you need to unlock it first. That would be an important step. And then just a little. Let's pull it up there. Yes, that's fine. Should cool down the room a little bit. Well, yes. But then he gets cold and then wants to cuddle after. Alright, and I think we get another cutscene here too, don't we, from, what's his face? Yeah, we do. Hi, butter. You be a good boy out there. No. That's good. He's like, Mark's not there. But I haven't had REM sleep for 3 days, so it isn't great. I'm going to sleep well in my bed tonight. Yeah, definitely make sure you get some rest. At the end of the day, as always, I'm going to recommend at least a minimum of 6 hours of sleep a day. At the end of the day, it does result in a healthy brain, which one needs in order to function. Alright, and I think after we kill our defeat, we actually don't kill, right? We defeat Nero. We are done with this. Either that or we fight Van Belsar, I forget. I know we don't go through Ultima Weapon. I'm definitely going for at least 9 in summer so I can just sleep away. Yeah, definitely make sure you take advantage of that while you can. No doubt about that. Alright, alright. So we already leveled up with Dark Knight, so they're 65 now, which means we'll have another job quest to do. And then we can do Gunbreaker. We probably want to hold on to our Wondrous Tales for a little bit. Do you know why? Yep, so this was the mid-chapter update, and they did some major changes to Nurse, some minor changes to the Knight, and then a huge Survivor HUD overhaul. So definitely some really good changes. The Nurse changes are huge. The Survivor HUD overhaul is amazing. Is really focused in just those of, you know, whether you're in solo queue or not, you now have a lot more information accessible to you of what your teammates are doing, for better or for worse, mind you. But that's actually pretty awesome. The Knight, some little changes here and there, not enough to really make a huge difference, I don't think. Especially not with the playstyle that I play him with either. But it's still a nice little update nonetheless. So some really good ones. Also a little bit of change to the wiggle mechanic. But for the most part, those would be the major touch points. Like, so far, I'm excited to see those changes. Yeah, you'll see them. Like I said, they're hit or miss. On one hand, it's great to know what your teammates are doing, but at the same time, you can also know really early on whether or not you're going to survive a game if you're like the first one taking chase and no one's on gens. And you're like, that's not a great sign. So yeah, I'm not touching Knight. That's fair. That's fair. If you only play demo, then demo is as demo is going to be. I doubt we see any demo changes in the future, unless we see a renewal of the Stranger Things IP for DVD. But that is not likely to happen, methinks. Also, can we talk about where that hammer comes from? Just like comes out of the sky. Like, was it hanging up there just for this moment so he could, you know, be fancy about it? Or does it come through the ceiling? Like, what in the world? All right. He had a new driver drop it off from above, apparently. Had a chocobo up there. Oh, let's make sure everyone else is here before we do. All right, let's do it. Let's pop bio. Wait, I still didn't pop blood weapon? I swear to God. Back on me, please. I don't know how I messed that up. I must have clicked it just like a little bit too soon. Too fast on the draw. We should be good for the full rotation of blood weapon now. There's the death claw, that I do want to get his attention for. Oh, I popped that for nothing. Will it be up in time? Yeah, we'll still have it up, which is nice. Arm's length. Back on you. Out for a moment. Back in. And good for a rotation. We have Rampart up from the next Tank Buster, if we even get to that. Honestly, I don't even think we need to focus the Death Claw at all. Yeah, I think we just burn here. I kind of cut into my GCD a bit there. Hadn't thought the jungle was cool, but I'm so glad to be back in a cold and dry climate. Yeah, I can imagine in that type of climate you need to take like 4 showers. Also, I love the Reaper's look. They look very, very cool. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, I forgot that our explanation was that the lights go dark and Nero gets away that way. Completely forgot about that. You're back again?
Yeah, the hamster's out and about and he has opinions about that.
He's like, munchies and crunchies. Alright, I'll take the butter boy if you want to take my dishes and napkin and whatnot. Hi.
I'm assuming you still want this.
Yes, please. Hi again, Butter. You are apparently harassing the hamster, and that is not allowed. Nope. Not allowed for a small kitten to do. Hi, though. You're very cute today. You want to say hi to chat? Alright, let's put you into my lap. Oh, he does not want lap. Okay. You are not the most graceful of idiots in the world. He stumbled over the wire for my headset. Thankfully, I don't think it did anything worthwhile. Yeah, hot and humid is quite something, especially without AC. Yeah, I can imagine. And I don't imagine most places out there have AC. Alright, let's continue. So yeah, I think we fight Van Belsar, but not after another lengthy, whatchamacallit, another lengthy tangent from Van Belsar himself. Live in Central America and India, but you get used to declining fast. Yeah, I can imagine. At least this section has it voiced, I suppose. Alright, while this is going, I am going to close the window. I noticed open it a little while ago, but now it's getting too cold. Is that battle with airflow? Too hot, too cold, just right. Right now it's getting just a little bit nippy. It's also possible that Frankie had it open just a bit too much as well. I close it just a little bit more, see if that would help regulate it a bit better.
Guys could be waiting for you down there. Oh, and don't even think about dying. You're too bloody invincible. The interference is getting worse. I don't think the connection's lost much.
Alright, so I guess after this what we'll do is we'll finish up the Gunbreaker 63 quest line. Then we'll do the Dark Knight 65.
Who do you fight? Do you believe in Eorzea? Eorzea's unity is forged of falsehoods. Its city-states are built on...
I guess this is the only thing, like, I understand it not being skippable the first time, and honestly, I would be of the opinion that every cutscene should be unskippable the first time you do it. But I think after the first time, you should be able to skip any cutscene.
Which is strange, is it not?
Though at the same time, I understand from like this perspective of, let's say, there are 3 people who have completed this before and 1 Sprout. The 3 other people just kind of are standing around for this entire time. So I guess there is a give and take there, right? But something this long, maybe it's better that everyone witnesses it together. Yeah, it's an interesting balance. Because then what do you have the other 3 doing in that moment?
Everyone, except but this, and you will see how Eorzea's faith is bleeding the land dry. Nor is this unknown to your masters, which prompts the question, why do they cling to these false deities? What drives even men of learning, even the great Louis Soir, to grovel at their feet? The answer: your masters lack the strength to do otherwise.
Yeah. You have a superiority complex. You think your cause is just.
Man must own the world. hath thought ever to raise himself through conflict.
The funny part is he talks for so long and then his fight is like maybe 30 seconds.
And when the dust of battle settles, it is ever the strong who dictate the fate of the weak. Knowing this, but a single path is open to the infinite ruler. That of false worship. A path which leads to innovation and death.
Alright, have a good one, Phoenix. Thank you much for stopping by, saying hi, and telling us the tales of your time in the Amazon rainforest. But with that being said, I hope you have a great night and sleep well.
Mendacity. That one truth will prove its salvation. Come, champion of Eorzeal.
About freaking time.
Feet shall serve as proof of my readiness to rule. It is only right that I should take your realm, but none among you has the power to stop me.
I swear, people would take naps in between these cutscenes. There. Let's climb that a little bit, but not by much. I clipped that though. Buster mitigation up. Made full use of blood weapon, unfortunately. Good. We have Rampart up, so we're good as well. Get rid of the Phantom Ties. Yeah, didn't do as much as I was thinking it would do. Have 3,000 by the time blood weapon comes back up. We got mitigation for days, and we are good. Good stuff. Let's give accommodation to my healer, as is what I do, and Asgone. Okie dokie. Ooh, that actually got us up a lot. Holy hell. That we hit 65 and then got an additional million? I ain't gonna complain of that, to be honest. Let's switch over to Gunbreaker. And that shouldn't have done anything for our Wondrous Tales, I don't think. Oh no, it did! Because it was a level 50 dungeon. Oh, that's really funny. So that is excellent to know. I mean, I have 2 lines. How do you get 3 lines? I'm actually really curious on that. How, like, what's the best way to get 3? Would it be like 4? Yeah, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can it go diagonal? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, so 7. And then 1, 2. Would that be how it would work? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, so 7, and then yeah, it'd be 1, 2 here for 3 lines. So I think we did pretty well there. So I guess we'll turn that in for Gunbreaker. Zeta Gerart. You saved us. How can I ever? Daddy! Rose, I let you down. I let everyone down. But Sophie, what happened here? I knew from the moment I met Oriole there was something not quite right about her. It wasn't until later I realized she's a somnus addict. Once it takes hold, it changes you. She was able to keep her addiction hidden from most, but not from me, and probably not from her family either. Yes, I've known for a while, but I had no idea she'd do something like this. Gods, if I hadn't started gambling, this would have never happened. My debt spiraled beyond my control, and she ran to get away from me, to start a new life with our son. The shock of losing them made me realize I couldn't live like that anymore, so I vowed to turn my life around and I worked my fingers to the bone to repay the money I owed. But by the time I finally found the courage to track down Oriole, it was too late. She made new friends, the wrong sort of friends, and had to resort to gods only know what to make ends meet. It became too much to bear, and Somnus was her only escape. Nothing else mattered to her, not even her own child. So you see, it wasn't only my life I'd ruined. I made her who she is today. That's why I don't have it in me to hate her. What will you do now? I plan to send her to Frondale's Fortensitory. They can treat people like Oriole. Although it costs me more than most folks can afford, my savings should cover it for a short while at least. We'll take it one day at a time and see how she responds to the treatment. I know she might never recover, but I can't give up on her. Obviously, she is in no fit state to look after Tim, so he'll be living with me. You could have been killed confronting those slavers. If you wind up dead, there'll be no one to look after the boy. From now on, you'll have to think before you act. I will, I swear it. Thank you all for everything you've done. I'm glad I also caught on to all this. Like, there's more nuance to this conversation. That poor child. Sophie's quick thinking may have saved him on this occasion, but I fear his hardships are far from over. I, on the other hand, only succeeded in disgracing myself again. It's not your fault, Radovan. I think you owe Rose an explanation, though. Yes, if we are to fight side by side, there's something you should know. Though I served as an Imperial conscript for a time, after I disobeyed a direct order, I was sentenced to solitary confinement for more than a decade. Like many of the inmates, I was forced to wear a Magitech collar. The wardens could use them to administer a severe electric shock at any time they pleased, and please them it did. The paralysis would eventually wear off, but even now, years after removing the collar, my whole body will suddenly seize up. It's as though the pain never left me, and could reawaken at any moment. Thankfully, my condition appears to have improved somewhat since leaving the Empire. Perhaps one day I'll be free of it, but until then, there's no telling when it might strike. Radovan saved my bacon more times than I can count, so it's only fair that I do the same for him. We've been through thick and thin ever since the first time we met in the Garland jail. I was waiting execution along with the other captured members of the Resistance, as well as various insurgents and undesirables. Among them were several somnus addicts. Even in an Imperial jail, there are ways to get your hands on it. When I saw Oriole, I couldn't put my finger on it at first, but she had the same look in her eyes as those lost souls. Anyways, where was I? So Radovan had been meaning to escape ever since he was first imprisoned, and was secretly digging a tunnel a few elms each night over the course of about 10 years. Shawshank Redemption style. The only thing was, it went the wrong way. Then one night, he suddenly burst through my wall. Why do you have to tell her that? You know I'm far from proud of my miscalculation. Well, things worked out then, didn't they? Though the mates made such a racket when you came crashing in, it drew the attention of the wardens and all hells broke loose. In the confusion, Radovan and I forced our way past the guards, and by some miracle we managed to avoid their searchlights. And finally, we were free. Free to return to my wife and child, to my homeland. Or so I thought. While I'd been running away in the Garlean cell, everything I knew, everything I loved had been taken from me. I should have been there, but I couldn't even. Ah, enough of this. We've spoken over long as it is. Well then, where to next? I think I've had my fill of Ul'dah. What say we try our luck in Limsa Lominsa? I'm sure a change of scenery would do us a world of good. Yes, I like the sound of that. Let's reconvene at the local Adventurers Guild. A lot to say there. Alright, we need to go to lower level. Actually, instead of teleporting, we can just use return. Makes a bit more sense. This might get us to 64. If it does, we'll probably end up turning in our Wondrous Tales. If not, then we'll do the Alliance raid first. As lean as that steak was for the Vegeta Bowl, I'm very satisfied by it. Frankie did a good job with dinner tonight. A city founded by pirates. Now there's a terrible idea if I ever heard one. With all the cutthroats running rampant, I'm surprised there's anyone left. But what about the views, the sea breeze? There'll be plenty of time to enjoy ourselves once we've a few more gil in our pockets. Rose, we're still waiting for a word from the guild, so perhaps you should find somewhere for a few practice wings in the meantime. Ah, so close. So, in that case, let us do ourselves two favors. I doubt that the way we have it set up... Actually, we could get 3 lines, couldn't we? If we got one right there in the right spot, we could. So in that case, let's second chance retry World of Darkness. That's fine there. So in that case, let's see what Alliance raid we get. Duty Finder, Alliance raid, and join. Okay. So as of right now, we have a bit of time. So let's, in that case, go and do our Dark Knight job quest for 65. It says 5 minutes, but it took a while for me to find a Alliance raid last time. I was really happy to do the last Alliance raid. I got to do Void Arc. That was an interesting one. Had a lot of mechanics that I got to experience, but it was fun nonetheless. Rose, I imagine you'd like to get back to it, and so would I. Unfortunately, Mist remains inconsolable. His failure with Laudi, such as it was, weighs on his mind. He's afraid of repeating the same mistake with others. And so, for lack of a better idea, I'm thinking it's time to pay another visit to those furry little shites in the Turning Mist. What? But why? Can't mention Mist helping a Moogle. My master used to take me to places like Mogholm when the city became too much. The fresh air, the quiet, the isolation. And yes, I have not forgotten how the Moogles helped Riley and me when we were moody and brooding. Though I would argue that we reconciled in spite of their intervention, not because of it. Whatever you say, Sid. Whatever you say. Don't worry, I haven't given up yet. How could I? You wouldn't. Let's head over to Mogholm then. Right then, water on the bridge. No need for palms to be torn from heads and shoved down throats. Yet. Oh, Mist is taking in the Our mist is taken in the sights, I believe. Why don't you join him? Looks like he's further down. The wind in your hair, the sun in your face. Here you can immerse yourself in the beauty and the calm and forget the horrors. Almost. How far we have come, you and I. Others, they hesitate, but you understand the obligation, the duty, the need for atonement. For what do you need to atone? We have lost so much, so many friends and loved ones, so many moments we thought we could keep and preserve them, but we are left with anguish in the end. Time strips us of even their bitter remainder if we let it, but I cannot. This pain, this sadness, it's mine to bear, mine alone. This I understand now. Their grief will be mine, and in return I will give them peace. But who and when and where, that is the question. Even we have our limits. Even we. Who did I lose? Everyone. No one. We have always been apart, have we not? It's the use of the words we. Is it the royal we as in Mist and myself? Is it the we as in myself specifically? We saw that with our former mentor. So could Mist be another half, or could Mist be a part of the Soul Stone basically, and a part of myself in turn? We see that Sid and Riley can see Mist though, so there's more to it than just that. But or could Mist be speaking of other people within Mist's mind? Perhaps one day you'll understand, and then you'll share my loathing and contempt. Oh, forgive me. I have been away from others from the others too long. Sid will be worried. You must return to them at once. Very peculiar. Alright, well, let's head back up. Yeah, like I said, it's going to take a bit longer than I'd like for this alliance raid, so we have some time to kill. There you are. I trust Mist has had ample time to reflect upon his mistake. I have. I'm ready to resume my search for those that might help with my power. Difficult though it may be, I do not intend to give up. Glad to hear it. In that case, there's no need to remain here any longer. I say we leave this accursed place and never return. Don't be silly, Sid. I say we show Mist more of the trading mists. We did come all this way, you know. Come on. There's a place I'd like to show you. Now, wait just a goddamn moment. You can't go running off on your own like that. You'll get eaten by a three-headed gooboo. Riley! Riley! Bugger me with a bleeding... Come on, they can't have gotten far. Watch out for the belligerent Ravanians and mischievous Moogles. Alright, so if an instance that we don't have an alliance raid before we finish this, I guess what we can do thereafter is, whatchamacallit, we can start doing some hand and land quests as well. We do have access to those. We could continue our leatherworker, though I'm going to first progress the others. Are these Moogles down? Don't give me that look. If the little bastards didn't want their heads caved in, they should have tried to sneak up on me. Besides, they're still alive. You ought to give me credit for holding back. Anyways, I lost sight of the children. I'm not sure which way they went. I'll head north and circle back towards Asa. You head straight ways there. Idiots decided to fight Sid. Orphans and the Broken Blade. Interesting. So this is right outside another Moogle home and sanctuary. I wonder why we go here. Either that or are we going to Zenith and Horace Velgar. Oh, there's a special instance. Oh, that's right. Well, I guess in that case, let's go to the duty finder, let's withdraw, and let's do this, then we can rejoin later. You should have seen the look on Sid's face when the Mughals started singing and dancing. He was utterly speechless. Why were the Mughals singing and dancing again? It was stupid, really, but I guess you could say that Sid had become obsessed with trying to live up to his master's example, and for all the wrong reasons. He lost his family when he was younger than me. Sir Ompane took care of him and Frey, but then they died too, so it's just the two of us now. He was angry and short-sighted, but now, well, he's still both of those things, but not as much as before. So that's progress, I suppose. Sid's master was very dear to him, wasn't he? Don't even think about it. Oh, thank the gods, you shouldn't have run off like that. Do you wish to see him again? Your master? Huh? Where's this coming from? What has Riley been telling you? I mean, there's much I wish I could have asked him before he passed, but... Wait, no. Don't you dare, you little shite. And too late. Oh, Sid, charming as ever, I see. So this is their master. Master! And this must be Frey's successor, a worthy one, I have no doubt. My name is Ompane. It is an honor and pleasure to meet you, Rose. You did well to come so far on your own before meeting Sid, and together you have both grown so much in mind, body, and soul, as Dark Knights and as true heroes. There was a time when I was hailed as a hero too, for deeds meteorous in the defense of Ishgard in the name of the Fury. A brave and true temple knight I was, slayer of countless Dravanians, a commander beloved of and respected by his men. They would follow me into the seventh hell. And indeed, that is where I led them, time and time again. They would fall, and I would earn the accolades, and then they would give me more green boys with dreams of glory. Green boys of red blood spilled on white snow, again and again and again. And then one day, I couldn't remember the first one's face. I had forgotten the face of the first boy who gave his life for me. That was the day I left the Temple Knights. I know that tale by heart, but not the tale of what came after. Why a godly man with titles and wealth, a man who could have lived out his days in quiet comfort, why that man chose instead walk the path and to once more accept 2 children into his care. Ah, you asked me that very question long ago, and I told you that one day you would understand, when you were older and wiser and stronger. Shall I put you to the proof, Sid, and see if today is that day? You were always fond of your tests. Now, don't be cross. You've only yourself to blame. These are your memories, remember? Ha! But of course you do. The point is, deep down, you wanted this. And while there's no substitute for the genuine article, you could do a lot worse. Do me this honor, all of you. One last dance with the dead. Show me the man you've become, Sid of the Obsidian Heart. Well, this is cool. Alright, so we'll pop right here. Pop amend. Go into slash. I think I mistimed that, unfortunately. Oh, I forgot about plunge as well, Jesus. Where did you just go? What in the world? Dark sprites. Well, let's grab that. We have Blood Spiller available as well. Now, we have everyone around. Let's do a Quietus. Nope, never mind. I stand corrected. I'll be doing no such thing. Blood Spiller is up, and we don't want to overflow there. Let's do another, and then a Blood Spiller thereafter. Get a Blood Spiller. Let's plunge for distance. Dark Pain. Kind of worried about that one. Looks like they grabbed Riley. And we got another Blood Spiller ready. Oh! Save Riley. Interesting. Okay. See, he didn't have a health bar, so I assumed that I couldn't do much there, but maybe I was incorrect. Ah, freaking clipped it again. I need to do better not to. We still end up hitting our full blood weapon, but still. We overcapped on Blood Spiller. 2 back to back. Plunge again, because I didn't hit it twice there. Did you die from that? Thankfully not. That could have gone worse. We have one more rotation before we need to hit it. That 3,000 by the time that blood weapon comes back up. 8 impacts. Perfect. Yeah, we need to tank this. Well, Sid's down. Can't do much about that. But we did, in fact, down him. Interesting. I'm not sure if we could have kept Sid alive or if that was a guaranteed down. Because it didn't fail the duty by him going down. Only when Riley went down. Well done, Rose. Well done indeed. Frey would be proud to know that you carry on his legacy and mine. And Sid, my boy, my beloved boy, nearly had me. Oh, spare me your sympathy, you bloody shade. I lost, and that's the end of it. You kept Riley and Rose out of harm's way, Sid. You did well. Learn to shut up and take the compliment. You asked me once why I chose to walk the path, why I chose to look after you and Frey, even though deep down you already knew. But since I lost, I owe you the answer from my lips. I was angry. Angry with the Temple Knights, angry with myself, angry with this twisted world where good men die for nothing. I was seeking justice for my boys and forgiveness for my sins. I saved lives and punished the wicked, and for a time that was enough. But nothing lasts forever, does it? And a man ought to have a legacy. I failed my boys as a Temple Knight, but you two were my second chance. I would teach you everything I knew, everything I learned from my mistakes so you wouldn't have to make them. I would send you out onto the world to do great things, and maybe it would all balance out. Well, that's all I have to say about that. You know what comes next, don't you? Well, I suppose I have to give you a word of advice before I disappear in a puff of smoke. I'm your predecessor's master, after all. People like us will never know peace. Every moment brings us closer to death. Those of our enemies, our loved ones, and yes, our very own. The fear of death is what keeps most men alive, that dread, that desperation to escape the inevitable, if only for a little longer. But we are not like most men. We have seen what awaits us beyond the abyss. We have tasted that despair, bathed in that oblivion. We have wept rivers for our dead and cursed the gods for their cruelty. That is our sword and our strength. and that is why you may one day stand above us all. May the gods have mercy on your soul. Take care, Sid. Be nicer to the girl, and try to be less of a chocobo's arse. Oh, for the love of... As the aether flows in your soul once more from the depths of fading abyss, you hear a whisper. Good, good. Glad to see it all worked out in the end. As for you, Mist, I distinctly recall telling you not to do that. Forgive me. Had I known it would come to violence, I... Don't you dare start pouting. I'm annoyed, and sore all over, but it's nothing that won't heal with time. All I ask is that you promise not to do it again without warning and consent. Memories can be powerful and painful in more ways than one. That said, he was right. I've only myself to blame. If I thought I could defeat him, I would've. But I didn't think I had a chance, and so I didn't. Ugh. His injuries are worse than I thought. We should hurry back to Malcolm. For a moment, I'm certain he would fly into a fury. Could it be that he is grateful for the experience after all? Then it was not in vain. Tired and broken though he may be, he is nevertheless better for the pain, and in time, me too may be. There's still hope. Redemption is not beyond us. Notice once again the use of us, we, etc. Alright, but I'm gonna go to Moghome. While I do, I want to close my window fully this time. Perfect. All right. I'm afraid Riley is right. I'm going to need some time to recover. I'm not fit to travel in my condition. Which means, oh gods help me. I'm going to have to stay with these furry little shites even longer. 2 more times. Well, is that 2 more times? We'll be finished with this boys' crusade. Not soon enough. Rose, be a dear and punch on Moogle for me, would you? Oh, Sid. Alright, next one is at 68. Oh, wow, so we have a little bit to go. In that case, so let us re-queue as a Gunbreaker for the Lion's Raid. That way we can hit 64. We get 65 on everyone else, right? So Paladin 65. I guess I could just do it this way. I don't know why I'm not. But yet Paladin, Warrior, Dark Knight, all 65. Gunbreaker is pretty close to 64. Once we get them to 64, we can then turn in our Wondrous Tales. There we go. Yeah, because this will net us 810,000 on Gunbreaker right now. Select one. Platinum card or Commendation. Does anyone know, because I haven't looked into them, special award presented to you by Chloe. Try to mind the numerous misspellings and juice stains. I don't know what the commendations do. Like, which one should I choose there? The GP or the commendation? Alright, so we're doing this one again. Alright. Void Arc. Dance partners, right? Yep, dance partners. Closed position. Interesting. So, we don't know what our group is just yet. Hello. Don't need to throw on grit just yet. VR line C. Okay. Let's kick it. A, B, C. Guard up. take the most right one for most of these. Alright, let's grab you. No Mercy, Solid Barrel, Danger Zone, Rough Divide, and Gnashing Fang. Gnashing Fang, Wicked Talon. Grab this one. Looks like someone already grabbed him though. That's fine. Let's do Brutal Shell. And do a burst. Let's make sure we're in chat. I'm going to turn Royal Guard off. Let's pop No Mercy, Danger Zone, Gnashing Fang, Rough Divide, Gnashing Fang, Wicked Talon, Dangerous, Rough Divide, First Strike, Solid Barrel, pop card, Solid Barrel. I don't think there's a time where we're going to need more than one. Drops. Gnashing Fang. No Mercy is not up just yet. Pup's down. There's other pup. It's over here. Biosis, Brutal Shell, then we go to No Mercy, except we can't target it now. No Mercy, Divide, Solid Barrel. I did not mess that up? I thought I did. I did not, thankfully. Still up, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get there in time to do much of anything with it. Whirl. Divide, Solid Barrel. Danger Zone's going to be up in a moment. Gnashing Fang's up next. 1, 2. Oh, I can't target it. Alright, Hydrosphere. And the First Strike. Oh, I don't know why I just used that. Okay, Hydrosphere down. Perfect. Need to go through one more rotation before we want to use No Mercy, ideally. No Mercy, Danger Zone, Gnashing Fang, Gnashing Fang, Wicked Talon, Divide, Burst. So we actually still got that in for the extra damage from No Mercy. Urgent coming in, and we don't even need to use First Strike, honestly. These are good. Buffer C. Pass and pass. None for me. Alright. Just realized that we're down 1 DPS. Interesting. I don't know the mechanics for this one at all. I'm gonna take the right side. Oh, that's the worst time in the world. I'll be right back. Hello. How you doing today? Okay, and I am back. So, yeah, long story short, I am HDoc on call, which I think I've mentioned before what that is all about. And was definitely not expecting a call just then. But thankfully it seems that it's taken care of, so I don't have to dip out of this. I was invulnerable. Shockwave Stomp. I guess I'll pop Nebula. Hi, Butter. Are you trying to help? I'm not exactly certain of the mechanics here either. Other than the shockwave stomp, of course. That seems pretty obvious, and the AoEs too. I know you want to help, but you are not able to do what I need you to do. Touch Claw might be a little bit off here. Any reason why you're pulling out my sleeve? It's very cute, don't get me wrong. Up there. I just need to go in the gnashing thing. All that's left is a Sawtooth. Move my phone. On you. Hi, Smokey. Very cute, don't get me wrong. I was gonna be really apologetic, but she has a tank to have to walk away from an Alliance raid. Like, one thing if a DPS does, like, we're functioning just fine without that other DPS. Alright, so C should probably take this one. This is just a mess, holy hell. I remember. I think the mechanic here is there's a little bit of mechanic if I remember correctly. I forget what. We're good. You go. No mercy. Solid barrel. Flailing tentacles. Okay, so that's a bit of a knockback. So I could have used arm's length there. Oh, I just realized that my royal guard is up. That's my mistake. I did not realize this entire time. And now I have no idea what I'm doing. someone else wants to take it, I'm more than happy for that to be the case. Yeah, I completely forgot that royal card was up before. That is most certainly my bad. To kill the Fubar. Unless they get consumed. Interesting. Black Claw. I think he defeated him last time before this part. There's no chatter of like what to do. Yeah, it really comes down to, honestly, I don't fully understand the mechanics. I like to learn them, but I definitely like learning by doing more, and especially when there's a party that I'm kind of a bit more responsible for, it makes sense for me to, like, read up on them, right? Now this one I definitely remember. We have a, do need to split hearts here. Probably pop a ready check. Yep. Thank you for doing just that. Okay, Royal Guard is down. Everything's off cooldown. Last two are coming in. I kind of scuffed that a little bit too close. Back to Echidna. And there's a kidnap proper. Okay, I want to go through solid barrel one more time. Trying to figure out where the hell things are. So far, so good. I think they will split one more time before we finish them off. Here's the split. Alright, Echidna out. And Echidna back, which means let's release Royal Guard. This is one where I definitely understand the mechanics a bit better. And we're good. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need... I do need that. I want that. And I think I already have the wind up Echidna. Yeah. We have to pass. For accommodation, as always, I'll give it to one of my Gilas. And I should also double check who has and who has not checked in for H-Doc. Would not be a bad idea. Anything else I need? Yeah, I still want the coffin lid. I don't know what it's for, but I want it. Let's wait for that. And I guess as we're waiting, I'll be right back, as I'll need to grab a phone real quick. Looks like I'm the last one here. Did I get my piece? I did not, I don't think. Cool. So let's see real quick. Notices, lived on Hallett Park, and so Hallett Park, Livdahl, and Erickson. Yep, that's all of them that I need. So let me just let them know. I had to receive. I'd like to check in with them around 9:30ish. A bit late because of the raid. Hi. How can I help you, small kitty? Okay. All of those have been checked in with. Do you want updates? Are you tell me you want up or you want out? I guess we'll find out in a moment. We did get our level up like we wanted, though not enough for us to get to 65 tonight, I don't think. Better. Can you settle so I can tuck it in underneath the desk? There we go. Want scritchies or not? Or is Meep outside the door and you now want to harass her? I guess you want to harass her. Alright, what was I doing? I wanna take a look at the logs. Our duty. Like, we have 8 out of 9, right? We just need one more here. Like, it's not outside the realm of possibility. It's a 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. A 1 out of 8 chance that it would work. Hi. Can I help you? Yes, you're very cute down there. Do you want me to give you belly rubs with my foot? No, now you're just slinking across the floor like a little weirdo. I think we just turn this in. I think that would make sense to do and just get a new one when we can next, which is what, Tuesdays? Vanya, Middleshire. And this will get us right on the doorstep of 65 for Gunbreaker. So tomorrow, which is Thursday, I will be able to probably get there via leveling. Yes, butter. Am I going the right way? I am very much not. Okay. Off of you. Off. Do not go on top of the CPU, please. Or the computer, rather, not the CPU, but either way, you're blocking airflow. Knock it off. Hand over journal. I can try for more if you want. I mean, there's a possibility of me being able to do so, but it was like I said, a 1 out of 8 chance. I think I just do this, and I guess I'll go with the platinum card. Bronze, silver, silver. Still have no idea what these do. 20 platinum cards, jeez. 9 squares, each turn now you'll not receive rewards for filling up your journal, including associated experience points received anyways. Oh! Oh! Never mind. Never mind, I want the experience points. I guess we'll do that tomorrow then. I'm glad it had that little note there, otherwise I would have never have known. I think we completed everything today, right? Yeah, outside of doing PvP, but I ain't doing that. I mean, I guess we could go and start doing some of the other job quests, the Hannah Land quests. Honestly, my chest is starting to get a bit tight from talking so much. So I think it might be best for me to end things there. Not to mention we've been live for nearly 3 hours, right? Yeah, so we start at 7. It's almost 10. Been almost 3 hours. So I think we made some pretty good progress. We got Dark Knight to level 65. We got Gunbreaker to 64. Tomorrow we'll probably get it to 65 without much of an issue, I'd imagine. In fact, maybe there is discussion for us to just wait until 65 to hand in the whatchamacallit? The Wondrous Tales. That way we can get a bit more. Because, I mean, it's, what, 900,000 there? Or is 800? It's not, like, huge, but it's enough, I suppose. But, either ways, I think we will be ending the stream there, unless you guys can think of any other things I need to do. Like I said, there's Hannah Land job quests, but that's about it that I can think off the top of my head. So we might end up doing those tomorrow, once we are done with our dailies, done with our Wondrous Tales, and then we'll start doing Hanaland tomorrow. So I think that is the plan. With that being said, guys, as always, if you did enjoy the show and you aren't already, definitely consider hitting that follow button. Also, check out our XIV campaign, as we have renewed for another year. Would be much appreciated. Every dollar does count and goes towards a very good cause of supporting the Fargo Children's Hospital here in North Dakota. With that being said, guys, as always, I'll be live again tomorrow at 7 p.m. CST, and I will see you then. Bye-bye!